Okay, everybody. We are back to looking at some more Nintendo Power. And listening to some more motorcycles go by. What else is new? So, as usual, this is my mini series, I guess, where I basically look back through old issues of Nintendo Power, which was the Nintendo magazine that I grew up with, and a lot of people who were Nintendo kids in the 90s, 2000s, and onward grew up with. It's a really cool magazine. Basically, it was the way we could get our gaming fix every month, find out like all the stuff that was, coming out, and it was really cool. I love this magazine. We've looked through 25 issues of the magazine so far. We're currently in the NES era, NES Game Boy era, heading into the Super NES era with issue 26. Not quite yet, but very soon. We might even get to start seeing some of the very familiar SNES games that we all know and love very soon. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of continue on. I believe this is the July 1991 issue. And on the cover, it looks like we have Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Hit movie, hot game. Now, I don't think this is based off of the anthropomorphic Robin Hood that I personally grew up with, but, Robin Hood was definitely a fictional character of its time that, a lot of people resonated with, I guess. But yeah, let's get going. So it looks like we got Robin Hood, Rockin' Cats, Little Mermaid, Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure. We got a Super NES coverage here. There's some Game Boy stuff like Dick Tracy and Sneaky Snakes. Got lots of good stuff on the table today. Okay, let's look at some letters that we have. Game Boy beats sliced bread. Okay, last Christmas, my two grown sons gave me a Game Boy with Tetris and 3 other games. Dexterity, wow. Boxel, fun. And Side Pocket, rad. Words failed me at the time, but no more. This letter is to advise you that the Game Boy is the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's addictive, but soothing and relaxing. It sounds almost illegal, doesn't it? I fly frequently to visit my children, and you can bet that my Game Boy goes with me. I've thrown away my aspirin and now chill out, as my kids say, with Tetris or Side Pocket. The concept is terrific. Thanks. The Game Boy that survived the bomb blast. It finally did. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, man. I need to read that, actually. Let's see. Grandma the Gamester. My name... Wait. Oh, okay, no, it's... Mark's talking about his grand... I'm a grandma named Mark. My name is Mark. I have a grandma who was babysitting my sister and I one night while we were playing our NES. I asked if she wanted to play with us, and she said no, that's for kids. Later, we went to bed. In the middle of the night, I woke up because I heard beeping. Grandma was on level 4 of Super Mario Bros. Oh, Grandma. We're kicked. We thought you might get a kick out of this picture. Our 4-year-old son set up thinking our 3-week-old daughter would like to play a game with him. He told me later that she didn't do very well. Oh, my God. I wouldn't mind my daughters playing with my Game Boy so much if she would just let me win occasionally. I thought you might enjoy seeing our youngest NES player, Seth Allen. He mimics his 8-year-old sister, Erin, playing her games, and he looks mighty happy doing it. Okay. Senior Strategist. I am 15 and an avid video game player. I love my NES and have been beaten almost all of the games I have, but recently I have been forced to share my Game Boy with someone else, my grandfather. At first I figured that he wouldn't be any good, so my turns would come quickly. Wrong. My grandfather Frank DeLong amazed me with his skill at games like Tetris, Clack, Spot, and Golf. He can play them all with only one hand. He had a stroke when he was about 67 that left him without the use of one arm. My grandfather is about the best player I know at puzzle and strategy games. He is now in the hospital again, so I gave him my Game Boy and Tetris to help him pass the time. I hope he has a quick recovery. At least he'll have a great game to keep him company. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. A strategic victory for Game Boy. Enclosed are the remains of my one-time comforter, playmate, and rejuvenator, Game Boy. As a police officer in Oklahoma City and registered nurse serving in Operation Desert Storm, I faced many perils. Fortunately, this Game Boy, several game packs, and sundry other personal items were the only casualties claimed by the fire while I was stationed in the Middle East. I'm probably not the first to ask, but is it possible to get a replacement? Oh man. When we received Steven's Game Boy from the Middle East, we thought that it was a goner. The back of the unit was in fair condition, but the front was charred and blistered from the heat of fire. As an experiment, we popped in Tetris Game Pack, plugged in a battery pack, and flipped on the power switch. When we heard its distinctive ping, we couldn't believe it. The control pad and A and B buttons suffered meltdown, but the start and select buttons worked perfectly. Game Boy is even tougher than we thought it was. Of course, we don't recommend that you subject your Game Boy to trial by fire, but in this case, we replaced Steven's Game Boy as a special Desert Storm courtesy. That's awesome, but it like actually survived. That's really cool. Really just shows like how strong these, game systems were. Considering, like, how old they are. Okay, so here's Robin Hood. Seems like it's kind of an adventure game. It looks like you can, like, interact with, well, maybe. I was kind of going, like, for more of, like, a point-and-click thing, but, yeah, it looks like you can equip stuff. There's actions and stuff. Duel the Jailer. Oh, I thought it said janitor for a minute. Duel the Janitor. What if you just dueled the janitor? It's like, get out of my way, janitor. A promise is kept at Dubois Manor. John Little demands a toll. Matrimony most foul. I don't have too much to say about this. It's just enough where I can't really tell what's going on because the pictures are so small, but I'm sure the game is fine for what it is. A meeting with Marion and Magic. Rob from the rich and give to the poor. Hell yeah. The rich don't need that money anyway. Man, looks like they actually covered like quite a bit of the game in this. This is about the hunt for Red October, I'm guessing. Which, again, I have no idea what that's even about. Yo, Rockin' Cats. It's a game about cats. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Like, this is... There's a puzzle in pieces that's based off of this. This is referenced in pieces, actually. And it's from Atlas, so yeah, there you go. I was like, I knew that sounded familiar. I mean, was this like a TV show or a cartoon show or something? Or is it just like a video game that's like treated like, hey, this is like a Saturday morning cartoon or something? Kind of looks interesting though. Guaranteed win from The Simpsons. You can earn a 1-up on the Wheel of Fortune Stage 3 every time if you have the magnet. Purchase the magnet at Toys and Stuff on the streets of Springfield in Stage 1. Select it and press the start button before you pick a number on the Wheel of Fortune. The magnet will influence the wheel and make it land on your number. Isn't that cheating? Yo, Finn Flippin' Fun, The Little Mermaid? Oh! Okay. Well, they did not spend a lot of time on that. 4 pages. I mean, I guess games on the NES era could probably be that short, so... Greetings, peasant babes. Is this medieval world? Oh my god. Rockin' Cats was just a game. There was no cartoon. Well, that's pretty cool though, because I wonder if like, because there's a category, like a puzzle category in Pieces, where Rockin' Cats was one of the puzzles. So it makes me wonder, like, I wonder if like there's other video games that were based off of that. I think it was like in the animation category or something. So that could be interesting to like take a look at, honestly. Okay, here we go. Super Nintendo. Looks like you got some ActRaiser, some F-Zero, Super Mario World. Sorry if it cuts off any of this stuff. It's kind of a... in the works for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Here are shots of 29 games that may make their way to the Super NES. They range from rumors to sure things. Most of them have either already been released for or are currently being developed for the Japanese Super Famicom system. 4 baseball games already? Some of the names that will change for the American market. Keep reading Nintendo Power for more details on upcoming SNES games. Yo, look, Link to the Past, Zelda 3, before it was even called Link to the Past. Pilot Wings, Super Play Action Football, Draken, SimCity, ActRaiser, Gradius 3, Super Bases Loaded, Super R-Type. Super Ghouls and Ghost. Legend of the Mystical Ninja, Jumbo Ozaki's Hole-in-One, Augusta Golf, Darius, Final Fight, Castlevania 4, Populous, UN Squadron, Super Ultra Baseball, Battle Dodgeball, Gadolin, SD, The Great Battle, Ultraman, Big Run, D-Force, Bomboozle, which I think that's on, like, one of the... Isn't that on NSO? And then Final Fantasy 2, a.k.a. Final Fantasy 4, because, again... Oh, hey! Okay, they're talking about Metroid 2 for Game Boy. Universe has expanded. Look how they just show like the lower, like there's Samus's head. Oh, there's the bottom of Samus. And then they're showing the rest of it. Okay. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Visit Scenic Toontown. Wow, this is like structured like a Zelda game almost. That's kind of cool, honestly. Info Genius. Apparently like a learning game or something. Oh, it's like teaching you how to like speak different languages. That's kind of cool. Sneaky Snakes. Oh, okay, this is Snake Rattle and Roll, but like for Game Boy, apparently. Navy SEALs. And then, yo, Mr. Dick Tracy. They're actually kind of like expanding more on like all the Game Boy coverage, it seems like. Which is kind of cool in its own right. And this one's Altered Space, a 3D alien adventure. It does look 3D. It looks kind of like 3D in the same sense of that Equinox or Solstice or whatever. Which is kind of interesting, I guess. Then Blades of Steel, which is a hockey game. Mercenary Lock and Lock and Chase is so funny because that's like, I think I mentioned this before, but Lock and Chase was an arcade game or something that I guess was on Intellivision, and that was a game that my dad really liked. He was actually really disappointed because I once got a PS2 game called Intellivision Lives, and like he was really hoping for Lock and Chase to be on it, but it wasn't, so that was disappointing. That's like a game that like he played a lot as a kid, apparently. Okay, so what's the Game Boy game of the month looking like? Maybe Navy Seals? Actually, it looks like it's Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which, I mean, that seemed like that was a pretty in-depth game, honestly. Yeah, I'd say this is probably the game of the month, based on the scores. A 3.9 and a 4. And this is a 4 and a 3.8, but also a 3.4 and a 2, and this has a 3.7 and a 3.5, so... Yeah, I'd say that Who Framed Roger Rabbit was probably the big one. Game Boy Top 10, we got Super Mario Land, Final Fantasy Legend, TMNT, Fall of the Foot Clan, Dr. Mario, Tetris, F1 Race, Gargoyles Quest, Operation C, Castlevania The Adventure, and NBA Challenge. Okay, now it's actually showing the NES releases, I guess. Which, as far as the NES game of the month, looks like Little Mermaid. Or Robin Hood. I'd say the scores for Little Mermaid are probably, on average, a little higher, though. Players Poe. Oh, I think it goes with the next page, guys. Poll contest. So yeah, this is when the SNES was starting to come out. They had like 3 grand prize winner to get Super NES Entertainment Systems. Second place would give out Game Boys. Third, NES Advantage joysticks, which I feel like that'd be very situational, depending on what game you're playing. Legend of Zelda. How do I rig the money-making game? How do I freaking cheat? It's basically what it's asking right there. Okay, top 30. Super Mario Bros. 3 regains the top spot after a short ride at second. Star Tropics and The Simpsons, new to the top 10 last month, look like they're here to stay. Okay, so Mario 3, they're back in first and set to celebrate by stomping some Koopas. Oh my god. That hits a lot harder after the, like, Chris Pratt response. Stomping Koopas! TMNT 2, the Turtles slipped the second. That won't stop their thug slugging sewer patrol, though. Final Fantasy. This game has captured the fantasies of players who enjoy the challenge of great RPGs. Mega Man 3. The wily wasting mega hero is as popular as ever with a huge following of loyal fans. And Simpsons. Bart Mania is spreading fast. Bart's painting the town and giving aliens the boot. 6 Star Tropics. What's happened to Dr. J? Mike's still looking, intriguing more players every day. Caveman game. Yeah. Dragon Warrior 2. It moves up this month thanks to strong showings on the pros and players lists. Tetris, number 8. Drop from the top 10, yet not as long as so many players are lining up to play. 9 Crystalis. Time Travelers, take note. Crystalis is in the top 10 for yet another month. 10, Dr. Mario. The doctor is making house calls in high numbers as the Mario bug spreads. Also, yeah, Caveman Games, 23. It's because the dealers are putting in a lot of Caveman Games. Yeah, Double Dragon 3. I'm guessing that's from I guess that's again from the dealers, looks like. Yo, Marsha Warfield. She's a gamer. Hell yeah. Oh god, Ninja Gaiden 3. Another game I'm kind of familiar with. Or at least the first 3 worlds of it, anyway. Okay, looks like Super NES month is coming up next. Then Ninja Gaiden 3, Final Fantasy Legend 2, and Game Boy Mega Man. Okay, let's move on. Thanks, Super 16. Yeah, really. It's all Super 16's fault. I like this cover, actually. Just Dr. Wily, like, just chilling in the little capsule. Can I zoom in anymore? Okay, not that much. Yeah, I feel like things are cut off a little bit. Okay, Dr. Wily. Let's do this. That's a game I've Let's Played, so it's one we can look at. Okay, Baseball Stars return. Recently, Little League teams sponsored by Nintendo of America flew to Japan for a week of baseball and tours. Check out the details here. Also, this month we feature a couple of Mario lookalikes, a heat-seeking iguana, and more. A heat-seeking iguana. That sounds probably like not something that would be good. I read in the June and July issues of Nintendo Power that the Super NES is coming to the US this fall. It sure sounds great. Will they be sold in Canada this fall too? Apparently, our manufacturing facilities have been taxed to the max to meet the high demand for Japan's Super Famicom. We are now concentrating on the Super NES, but have been able to produce only a limited number. Therefore, we don't plan to ship them to Canada this fall, and they will probably be in very short supply here in the US. We have high hopes for 1992. Okay, Cold Blood Player. This is my iguana, Phyllis, enjoying my Nintendo Entertainment System. Nothing personal, but I think she appreciates the heat generated from the NES more than the exciting graphics and great gameplay. Nintendo and reptiles forever. That's cute. Where's Fiery Mario? My son David is a recent subscriber to your magazine and wanted to thank you for the Dragon Warrior game pack. David, age 6, who has played Nintendo games since he was 4, is quite accomplished in many games. He has studied your strategy guides and used them to figure out how to play the games. In fact, I can say that Nintendo Power has motivated him to learn how to read. Not to be outdone, brother Robbie, age 3, has also taken up Control Pad to turn in some pretty respectable scores. I am really pleased to see him applying himself to learn the games through his brother's example. He has gained a lot of self-confidence, though, through his accomplishments, and there is a definite place for Nintendo in our house. Aww. The Cobras strike Japan. Oh no, not the Cobras. Okay, so yeah, Ninja Gaiden 3. Oh, I remember playing Ninja Gaiden 3. I'm sure that you guys remember me playing Ninja Gaiden 3 too, if you watched Super 16 stuff last year. Which, hey, Super 16 game list will be revealed in a month, so that'll be exciting. But yeah, I remember playing some of this. Stage 2, the desert. Wait, did it? Okay, no. They added a third page here. Oh god, Act 3. I really hated Act 3 so much. Act 3 was a terrible stage. Really hated the boss too, honestly. And I didn't even see what was beyond that world either. I was done. I was definitely done with Ninja Gaiden after I completed those challenges. How'd you like to lose a finger? Dogs are funny. Unlimited Barts. NES Open. I was actually talking about NES Open recently. What was I? Oh, right, the Animal Crossing. I was talking about how much better NES Open Tournament Golf is compared to just golf. Okay, Dragon Warrior 3. Now, unlike Dragon Warrior 1 and 2, or Dragon Warrior 1 and 2, or Dragon Quest, or whatever. I've never played the third one. I need to go back and finish 2. I might just kind of play through 1 and 2 again, just to kind of get refamiliarized with it, and then actually finish 2, and then maybe start Dragon Warrior 3. I don't know. Wow, do you like, for those who know, in Dragon Warrior 3, do you like pick like your characters kind of like what you do in Final Fantasy? Because it's kind of funny that they're kind of like, if that is the case, that they kind of made the system based off of that a little bit. Kind of shows who got inspiration from who. But hey, I mean, from my like recollection, like obviously, you start with a full party, okay. I mean, I think Final Fantasy was inspired by Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest, and then maybe got some ideas from that, like on the flip side too. You switch out other classes later. Okay, gotcha. Oh no, not the World of Darkness. That's my least favorite world, and my least favorite darkness. I'm just being silly. I'm just being silly, don't mind me. Ah, the many faces of Darkman. Oh no, what about Lightman? Darkman. John Darkman? Hello, my name is John Darkman. I hope you're having a good day today. Because it is I, John Darkman. Yo, Star Wars? Okay, we got Game Boy stuff. Yo, Mega Man, Dr. Wily's Revenge. This game was... I remember this being like a really rough game to get through, honestly. I'm sure it's probably fine, but like... I just remember having a hard time with it. And see, this actually came out a lot later than I thought it did. Because I think by this point, Mega Man 3 is already out. So this actually came out like... Yeah, see, this is after the 3 NES games. I think they just made these, like, the follow-up GB games a little faster, probably. That would be my guess. And again, they didn't have all the Robot Masters. And Iceman, Fireman, Cutman, and Electman. But what happened to Bomb Man? Everyone loves Bomb Man. Nobody likes Bomb Man. I always like Bomb Man just because it's just like, oh, they just called me Bomb Man. Oh, this looks interesting. This is Final Fantasy Legend 2. love how this dungeon is like a person's body. And like there's like what? There's like maps based off of their organs too? Like what the hell? Thank God they don't show any other like really graphic stuff. Like how would they be able to get away with that, honestly? Odin's World? I want to go to that world. You enter Odin's world and then it goes do 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 do. Okay, what do we got for Game Boy? Game Boy Game of the Month. Let's see. It's Bill Elliott's NASCAR Fast Track so far. It's probably Mega Man, though, or Final Fantasy Legend 2. Based off of scores, we got 3.8, 4.1, 4.0, 4.3 for Mega Man. And for Final Fantasy Legend 3, we got 3.9, 3.6, 4.0, 4.3. I think Mega Man scores slightly higher, because they tied in Challenge and Theme and Fun. Play Control, Final Fantasy Legend 3 was way below Mega Man. In graphics and sound, it was slightly higher. But I think overall, Mega Man had slightly better scores. So that was the Game of the Month, I guess. Let's see, Game Boy Top 10, Mario Land, TMNT, Final Fantasy, Legend, Dr. Mario, Tetris, F1 Race, Operation C, Castlevania, Mega Man, Batman. Yeah. I think the Game Boy Top 10's pretty basic for like a while. Not a lot to really say about that. Yo, the Game Boy Ultimate Design Contest? These look pretty cool, honestly. Send your template design to the address below. Do not send your Game Boy. Yeah. What if someone made a design and just put Wolt on it from Fire Emblem 6? You know, a character who didn't exist back then. Just Wolt. Okay, Super NES preview. So it looks like they're looking at Super Mario World. Good old Super Mario World. The Super NES makes Super Mario World super duper. And see, I always like seeing like little concept maps for stuff like this. It's like, you know, here's Yoshi's Island, there's Donut Plains, Vanilla Dome, Cookie Mountain, Forest of Illusion, Chocolate Land, and of course the Valley o' Bowser. Up and here's Gradius. Which to me, like, I mean, I've never really been a fan of like R-type or Gradius type games. I mean, I don't have anything wrong with them either. It's just I'm just not like the best at them. Can be kind of intimidating playing a like almost like a bullet hell game sometimes. Not that all games are necessarily like that, but that's the vibe I tend to get with them. And there's ActRaiser, which ActRaiser is always a game that I feel like I could get into, but like it's just I've always been like nervous to take that first step, so I've never actually gotten to that point. Yo, Super Jeopardy? Captain Planet? Where's Waldo? All of them. Oh man, Waldo got terrible scores. The best score that it got is a 3.2 in play control. It got a 1.9 in graphics, a 1.8 in challenge, and a 2.8 in theme and fun. Where's Waldo? There he is. Okay, best game of this month looks like it's gonna be Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, definitely Ninja Gaiden. Has 3 4s, almost a 4th 4, so clearly that one seems to be this month's game. Oh, here's the top 30. Okay, I was like, I knew we were missing something. Top 30, Volume 27, August 1991. This month, we're changing our color coding system to better reflect the length of time a game is rated in the top 30. This way, you'll be able to spot new titles and time-honored favorites at a glance. Check it out and let us know what you think about the change. Okay, Mario 3. Ever popular but modest. Yeah, because they're very modest. Ever popular but modest, Mario and Luigi are old hands at holding down the top spot. So yeah, red games are newcomers. Green games that have been here between 2 and 9 times, and blue are the games that have been there for a long time, basically. TMNT2. Another pizza, hold the anchovies. The 2 cool turtles are hanging out for another month. Mega Man 3. Our mega hero and his mechanical canine are enlisting troops and trouncing Dr. Wily. 4. Final Fantasy. The enduring role-playing adventure is endearing to those who like big challenges. Number 5. Dragon Warrior 2. There's room for a party of 3 in 5th place. The saga of Erdrick continues. 6. Tetris. A little 2-player Tetradian, anyone? It's double the challenge and twice the fun. 7. Crystalis. Dio is hopping to it, hoping to help brave adventurers solve the mysteries that abound. 8. The Simpsons, Bart vs. Space Mutants. Yo, mutants! That's Bart on the board, and he has plans to put you back in orbit. 5. Star Tropics. Mike's no yo-yo when it comes to uncovering clues, but can he save the missing doctor? And then 10, Dr. Mario. Flu season is over, but Dr. Mario is still making house calls and stomping out viruses. So yeah, Monopoly and Dick Tracy made it on the list. Still a lot of other games kind of hanging in there. I'm surprised Destiny of an Emperor is still up there. That's a game I'm kind of interested in just because, again, of my attachment to like Dynasty Warriors and that whole saga. Oh my god, it's him! Macaulay Culkin! Kevin! That's funny. It's funny just because we talk about Home Alone a lot. That's really the reason why. Yo, Zelda 3. Link to the Past. Yo, Barbie, let's go. Okay, it looks like more SNES, Star Wars, Smash TV, Final Fantasy Adventure. Okay, we'll look at one more, and after this one, we'll probably stop streaming. This is issue 28 of September. I don't know why it's this small. Okay, we got Super Mario World on the cover now. Is it all like this? Oh my god. Why is this one so small? Okay, I might need to zoom in on this one because... Yep, I'm not gonna deal with this size, that's for sure. There we go. That's a lot better. Super Mario World, which I almost played the randomizer, but I decided to read Nintendo Power instead. We thought you'd like to hear some of the other ideas readers sent in, so this month we're devoting Power Players Polls to your suggestions. I think the new grand prize should be lightweight suits of Zitz, Pimple, and Rash, along with a Battletoads game and some Battletoads comic books. Mario is still popular, but I thought he might like the publicity, so I thought that a good prize for the player's poll would be a life-size raccoon Mario made of Legos. I would like the grand prize to be an actual life simulation of SimCity. The winner should become the mayor of his own city and natural disasters should devastate it. In tradition with FCI's RPGs, my grand prize suggestion is an adventure like none other for the winner and 6 friends. They will travel through a barren wasteland filled with the deepest bogs and swamps and some most wretched creatures imaginable. Then explore the deepest dungeons of the world, traveling through disease-infested mazes and encountering patrol groups of the really nasty villain, who they will face at the end for a grand finale. You'll possibly be either a powerful magic user or a huge barbarian or demon from the astral plane of existence. Right, and we can bill it as the last contest you'll ever enter. Our goal is to thrill the winners, not kill them. When I heard about the Final Fantasy treasure hunt, I thought it was a great idea. How about a Final Fantasy II treasure hunt based on the great new sequel? But make this one even better, with more friends along with you and stuff like that. How about a Super NES for the grand prize in a player's poll contest? It isn't as expensive as a new Porsche, and although $10 million is tempting, I think I would rather still have a Super NES. Which they already thought of in the previous one. Use the latest genetic technology and insert the DNA of a raccoon into the winner's cells so they can become more like Mario. We've thought pretty hard about this one, but the scientists we consulted told us the genetic replacement is a little bit iffy right now. The winner might get some of Raccoon Mario's super capabilities. On the other hand, he might just end up with an irresistible urge to rummage through garbage cans. Oh my god. So I guess the whole thing of this is they were suggesting like a grand prize for like these contests they have. And these were all like the hilarious suggestions. Which is pretty funny. Yo, here it is, guys. The best game ever made. Or at least in my opinion, anyway. I can't quite read everything, so I'll go ahead and zoom back out. That's pretty close to seeing everything. Super Mario knows adventure. He sure does. A star is born. It's Yoshi. Look at this cutie. Yo, Bowser, hell yeah. See, these are like where a lot of like some of these images came from. Like I remember seeing this Charge and Chuck image a long time ago. Welcome to Dinosaur Land. Okay, so they don't really show like too much about each of the levels. They just kind of like talk about the levels, give like a brief overview of like something you can find in the level, which is kind of neat. So it's like, you know, they don't necessarily spoil anything. And see, for like certain, like for ones that have like multiple exits, you can also like, they give you like some information about like how to get to those secret exits, which is kind of cool. Area 4, Twin Bridges. I mean, I always called this world Cookie Mountain just because, like, obviously there's two bridges and they're both named something else, and then you just have this Cookie Mountain area, so I just always assumed that's what that was. Oh god, they actually do show like the end. I thought they would have like tried to keep that hidden as like a surprise, but no, they kind of even showed like how to get certain things. Oh, they even showed the special world too. Interesting. I don't have much to say about Star Wars, if you couldn't tell. Smash TV. I feel like Smash TV is a game I could get a little bit of, you know, thing with, but never really tried it out. Yo, Adventures Lolo 3. Okay, I was just saying you can skip to like... Smash TV works with the NES 4 score. I see. Yo, Kickmaster? Is that a game where you just kick everybody? Just walk up to an NPC and just kick them? If it's not, then I'd be like very disappointed. Because then the game doesn't give you exactly what's being advertised. F-Zero, serious speed in the 26th century. Yup, there he is. The Falcon himself, Captain Falcon. God, Samurai Goro looks like so much more normal here than he normally does. There's Dr. Stewart. Well, they don't show the other one. Where's the Wild Goose? That's like my vehicle, too. Okay, Final Fantasy Adventure. Why not Pico? Good question. So yeah, Final Fantasy Adventure I think is less, if I'm not mistaken, it's less like traditional like Final Fantasy RPG turn-based. It's more kind of the like mana style. Is that correct? That's probably a game I could look into potentially. Okay, Tecmo Bowl. Okay, this is literally Tecmo Super Bowl, but just on Game Boy. And this is Marble Madness, just on Game Boy. Okay, Game Boy Game of the Month. It looks like, yeah, Final Fantasy Adventure. That's pretty unsurprising. Looks like Metroid 2 is coming soon. So, Super Mario Land, number 1, TMNT 2, or TMNT 1, Fall of the Foot Clan, number 2, number 3, Dr. Mario, number 4, F1 Race, Final Fantasy Legend, Tetris Operation C, WWF Superstars, Mega Man, Wily's Revenge, and The Hunt for Red October. Which I can't believe they're still trying to hunt for October this whole time. Let's see, Castlevania, which I believe I've played this one. Then we got some Sim City. Then you got got some Final Fight. Dr. Right. Don't you mean Dr. Left from Minish Cap? Yo, Hagar, the champ. Okay, so yeah, meeting American Gladiators. This was the prize that like won, like the, you name our grand prize. That's what happened here. Which that's kind of a cool thing. Meet like the American Gladiators. That's pretty epic, honestly. Bo Jackson baseball. Oh god, that's kind of funny. Okay, NES game of the month. Is it actually Kickmaster? That could be Star Meter. Okay, Star Meter up 5. Then it's up 3. And it's tied. Yeah, I think Star Meter is slightly better than Kickmaster. It was close, though. It was close. I really thought Bo Jackson baseball would have won, though. Kind of rolls off the tongue, honestly. Okay. How do I get the one? Yeah, that's a good question. That freaking one up in that stage. Okay, top 30. There are a few shakeups in the top 10 this month, but Battletoads, a new face in the crowd, premieres in 11th place, putting the pressure on the leaders. Number 1, Mario 3. Mario 3 continues to hold the lead in this amazing 23rd month in the top 30. Number 2, TMNT 2. In the number 2 slot for another month, the Bodacious Turtles are taking it easy. Number 3, Mega Man 3. Mega Hero and Mega Villain prove that they have enduring appeal by placing third again. Number 4, Crystallis. Science fiction and fantasy blend to make this huge futuristic adventure intriguing. Number 5, Final Fantasy. The fantasy may not be final, but chances are this won't be its final month in the top 10. Number 6, Simpsons. Don't have a cow, man. There's a purpose behind Bart's spray painting madness. Number 7, Dragon Warrior 2. Lots of persistent players are trying to solve the many mysteries of Erdrick's legend. Number 8, Tetris. Tetris players are no blockheads. You have to be clever to manipulate tetrads. Number 9, Star Tropics. The circumstances of Dr. J's disappearance are puzzling Mike and his many fans. And 10, Dr. Mario. Virus stompers everywhere are tossing capsules, keeping the little vermin in check. Then we have Battletoads and Faria, which I don't know what the hell Faria is, but it made an appearance, I suppose. Okay. Okay, celebrity profile Bart Simpson. Yeah, I'm glad that Nintendo actually got to talk to the Bart Simpson. Someone who actually exists for a celebrity profile. They probably like talk to the Simpsons, or maybe even like Bart's voice actress, but I don't know. Yes, strut. Flintstones. Bonnie! Yo, Mr. Gimmick. That game actually came out recently. Oh well, it's Bonnie. What you doing there, Bonnie? Okay, so next month we got F-Zero, Star Trek, Metroid 2, and Castlevania 2 for Game Boy. Pretty exciting stuff. Let's take a peek at what the next issue is. I want to say, is it F-Zero? Nope, it's focusing on Star Trek. Okay. Okay, well, guys, I think that is going to do it for me today. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Maybe relax a bit. Let me actually pull up the other internet browser so I can look at other people to potentially raid. Let's see. We got Thab, we got Cal, we got PTM. I think I'm gonna go for PTM. Looks like he's doing some Link to the Past randomizer. I would raid Cal, but he's doing like some Pokemon stuff, and looks like he's just deck building right now, so PTM might be doing something a little more interesting at the moment. Plus, he also just started, so yeah, I think we're gonna go for PTM today. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will be live tomorrow for Ocarina of Time randomizer, so come by if you want to check that out. I don't know what settings I'm going to be doing yet. I'm just going to make a seed, and we'll see what happens. But good donk playing today. Had a lot of fun with that. Had a nice chill session looking at some magazines, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a good rest of the day, rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Later, folks.